Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Clayton Dembski Show, the Big Clayt podcast. It is 7:55 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time? Pacific Standard Time? Not sure. It's June, so whatever that is. But 7:55 p.m. Monday night, June 29th, 2026. Been a little while since I've did a podcast. Been a busy little beaver, I'll tell you what. So, we're going to dive right into it. I've got some thoughts going back to maybe about the 23rd. I think I started writing these notes, and it's the 29th, so 6 days. Haven't been thinking too much about podcasting in that span, so it's a little bit bookend of those 6 days of when my thoughts came up, but we're going to dive right into it. We're grateful. We're happy to be back. We are on the mic. We are doing good things, doing big things, so stay tuned. Enjoy the episode, and we'll dive right into it. Point number 1. Cold showers. I've been taking some cold showers. And either fully cold, or I do a kind of normal shower to clean, and then cold shower at the end for dopamine boost. And my goodness. Tremendous. Truly tremendous. It feels so good. It kind of sucks in the moment, as does everything that's worth it in life. But, man, cold shower really, especially in the morning, it's like a happy pill. I know people say that about a cold plunge as well, about actually doing the whole ice tub bath, which is like a cold shower on steroids and feels so good. But the dopamine spike that you get from cold water and the enduring that is truly something special, and it feels so good. You just feel happy afterwards, feel stronger that you made it through something like that. Not that it's a huge deal or anything insane that you're doing, but it is a little bit difficult and puts you out of the comfort zone temporarily and then into a nice extended comfort zone after. I get kind of giddy, I laugh, I feel super good after a cold shower, even better if it's a cold tub for like 2 or 3 minutes around the 40-degree Fahrenheit mark. But even just turning your shower as cold as it goes and spinning in circles under the shower head for a couple of minutes at the end of a shower, or just taking a fully cold shower. Truly worth it. I recommend it. I'm going to keep doing it because it feels darn good, and that's point number 1. Point number 2, I've been doing some trail runs, getting out on the mountains of Marin County. It's so gorgeous, and there's some really good trails, really fun hiking, and recently I've been looking at my trail runs kind of in what I'm calling lines, the same way a skier or snowboarder, or I guess even like a rock climber going up a mountain, or a mountain biker coming down a mountain. They always use the term lines, which is, a stretch of whatever activity you're doing. And there's some particularly, say you're skiing and you're coming down the mountain, you're like, oh, I'm going to hit this line, whatever. It's just a portion of the path or the trail or the ski or the bike or the run. And I've been looking at my trail runs in that manner and really trying to hit it hard and fast on some downhills and some straightaways, particularly some that have a lot of tree roots or rocks in them. It takes the running and the exercise to the next level because you really have to think about where each foot is going to go, how you're going to control your body weight, how you're going to control your center of gravity, making sure not to, if I'm going left or I'm going right, or I guess if I'm going left, that I'm not pivoting off my left foot on the inside when I'm crossing over my body, because then it's more likely you're going to slip out. Just things of that nature that make it much more exciting and intense. And then also it breaks up the run into, I guess when I trail run, I tend to hike or lightly jog the uphills, run and jog the flats, and then the downhills I kind of sprint and really get after it and take advantage of that downhill momentum for extra speed, take a little bit of load off the quads when I'm coming down, and shift, or I guess kind of put some load onto the quads because I like to sink down into it so I'm not pounding my knees over and over again on the downhill. But the point is picking out lines, picking out different legs of the run to get really aggressive and go really fast and really focus on executing in an effective and efficient manner has been very enticing for me, especially when I'm just alone out in the mountain with no conversation, trying not to do as much music or podcast and really just take in the sounds around me. And it feels really good, and it's fun to turn that up a notch with some downhill sprints. So I've been carving out some lines on these mountains of Marin, and it's been very wonderful, which leads me into point number 3, which is a throwback to a couple episodes ago when I talked about getting high on life. And then in parentheses, I wrote, and caffeine. Because when I'm running trails and I'm going fast, there is such a high associated with it, a very good natural high. You get the runner's high from exerting energy. You get the wind blowing in your face. You get the sunrise or the middle of the day sun, sometimes even the evening sun if I'm doing a later run in the day. Not super often I do that, but sometimes it does occur. But there's a lot of different highs going on that are all natural and very, I guess, just very good for you. And they feel good, and it's exciting, and it's intense. And it kind of brings me back to the athlete days of my life when there was competition or really kind of just pushing through physical exertion. So that's been a lot of fun. Of course, the and caffeine parentheses, I have also been ripping cold brews or just brewed coffee, pour over sometimes on these runs. And that, of course, is an unnatural high, but one that's not nearly as detrimental as marijuana or drugs or alcohol or any of those things. I guess you do risk becoming caffeine dependent or caffeine addicted. I don't feel like I'm particularly there yet. I tend to take off every couple of weeks for a week or two, but I've been doing some trail runs on a nice 10 to 12 ounce pour over or 10 to 12 ounce cold brew when I really want to rocket ship and blast off with some caffeine. So I guess it's kind of a gateway to getting out there and exercising really hard, because that's what I tend to do when I have caffeine. But it really does add a layer of fun to it and euphoria, and it makes the overall experience of getting out and doing a nice big run very addicting, which then makes me want to do it more, of course, and get that dopamine pumping, especially if I just took a cold shower, feeling really good, get some caffeine in the blood system, and then go get some nature and praise God out on the trails. So it's been really nice. And also, if I look greasy right now, I've had really chapped lips, probably because I keep doing trail runs and not drinking enough water on them because they're very intense, and I'm not trying to fill up on water when I run. And so my lips have been really chapped, so I got beef tallow all over them right now. And if I look greasy, that's why. Or just because I'm a greasy fella. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, getting high on life, getting high on caffeine as a replacement for marijuana and laziness, and instead having caffeine, life, and exercise and activity have all been very fun for me and a nice, welcome, healthy change. So very grateful for that. I'm very happy to be finding some good alternatives that I can do consistently. Also, the trail runs, because I'm kind of slowly or more slowly jogging the flats and uphills and then more aggressively running the downhills, it all kind of averages out to not that much exertion. But I guess the point in that is it's a little bit more sustainable than like just running, which is, now that I think about it, sounds kind of contradictory because I'm running and I'm running uphill, but it's more at like a 10 to 12 minute pace per mile in aggregate, including the walking portions and the uphills. So I guess it feels a little more sustainable. Maybe I just like it more than just running flat. 'Cause when I run flat, I'm also doing the same trail or the same path, just an out and back 6 mile, run at like an 8 to 8:30 pace, somewhere in that range, or maybe even 7:45 to 8:15 pace, fairly quick. And it's kind of just freaking boring. And the trail runs are so much more beautiful, so much more exciting, and usually take longer overall. So it's just more enticing to get out there. So anyway, those are some thoughts. Parlays that right into number 4 on the list, which is that I did indeed sustain an injury on these trail runs. Rolled an ankle about a week and a half ago. Pretty brutal, to be frank. It swelled up a little, got a little bit of bruising. Nothing too bad. My ankles have never gotten too swollen or bruised, even in like pretty gnarly sports ankle injuries. Nothing too gnarly. I'm hyping it up more than it is. I've never had anything that bad with an ankle, but I have rolled it throughout my life. This one took me out off the trails for a good handful of days. Took me off running for a couple of days. I was able to bike ride, which was nice, but it happens. Oh, excuse me. I did roll an ankle pretty bad about 6 miles into a trail run a week and a half ago. Just missed a step, right? To my point earlier about making sure that I take every good step, that I'm really focused on placing each foot and staying locked in. I got a little tired, I got a little lazy, and rolled an ankle, and it hurt real bad. And I was able to finish the hike and lightly jogged once I hit this road that was like the last mile and a half of this particular loop that I did. But yeah, little injury there. It was bound to happen. As soon as it happened, I was alone hiking, and I said out loud, I go, yep, there it is, because I knew it was eventually coming, and just got to stay locked in, and especially when I get tired. And my brother was telling me something recently about how most injuries that people have, like to their backs, is when they're hungry or tired. I think it was particularly hungry. But then that hunger kind of leads into like you're also tired because you're not fueled up right. The body's not firing the way it's supposed to. So the point is, really got to lock in when I'm tired, really got to lock in when I'm finishing a big stretch of the run to make sure that I'm taking care of my body. And it's like the end of a football game. People are tired. They let up, or they take the foot off the gas pedal, or they don't pay as much attention, end up hurting themselves. So same idea there, just got to stay locked in, and excuse me. Hopefully, gosh, I'm tired. It's only 8:10 p.m., but I've had a long day. I'll talk more about that in a bit, but yeah, I got a little ankle injury. I'll be okay. Lesser men have prevailed. I'll be just fine, but it did take me out of my regular routine for a couple days, but I'm back now. More on that later. Following the rolled ankle, point number 5, I had a softball game last Wednesday with the squad, a doubleheader. My big bro couldn't make it because the in-laws were in town, so he was at dinner with them, but I did get to go play with the rest of the team. And I personally played awfully, just awful, terrible. I didn't play the field because my ankle was messed up. I just hit, and I don't think I got a hit. I think I had like 2 ground outs, a pop out, and then a fucking strikeout. I swung and struck out in slow pitch softball. Just got in my head, completely whiffed. Again, I'm not going to blame the ankle because it was good enough for me to play on, but I was thinking about it, and I just wasn't locked in on the game. And I had a swinging strikeout in slow pitch. So pretty embarrassing, and really brutal day out on the diamond for Big Clate. But I had a blast. So much fun hanging with the guys, and I don't know what next season is going to look like coming up here at the end of next month. I think it begins. Excuse me, holy hell. A lot of dads on the team. My brother will be having a kid in August, so he's not going to be on the team next season. It's like a 10-week season. And there's like 3 per year, I think. But yeah, going to be a different team. Who knows if the Novato Vintage Oaks, our team, if we even are able to get a team out there for next season. But either way, I cherish every moment on the diamond with those men. And last Wednesday was no different. Had a really good time, even though I played like absolute garbage. So that was Wednesday. Thursday, I really don't remember what I did. I think I went to the gym, or maybe just took the day off and chilled. I can't remember. Had a lazy day. I did a bunch of food prep in the evening, prep for Friday and the weekend, because we went to Santa Cruz for my nephew's 3rd birthday, which was point number 6 on the trip. Thursday, I also went into San Francisco to help Alice pick up some furniture and brought my truck out there to help transport it back. So did some errands and some favors for loved ones. I prepped macaroni salad. I prepped potato salad. I prepped salad dressing for the weekend. I sliced 5 pounds of turkey on the meat slicer to get that ready for sandwiches all weekend. Really just played dad all Thursday. And I loved it. It felt great. Felt nice to help people out. Felt nice to prep a nice culinary experience for the family and friends that joined us in Santa Cruz. And ultimately, the Santa Cruz trip was absolutely awesome. We were supposed to go to Aptos, and then my sister last minute changed the house because the host had asked if she could change dates, which she couldn't. And then it gave her the right to basically cancel for free. And then she adjusted from 3 days down to 2 because most of the family couldn't do the third night anyway. So she saved a bunch of money, and we got this dope house, barbecue, big old table, it actually had a bunch of children's toys and a little like climbing jungle gym thing, hot tub, full kitchen, bunch of bedrooms. And it was right at Pleasure Point in Santa Cruz. So we all went down there Friday night and Saturday night. I barbecued back-to-back nights. First night we did a pretty traditional sweet barbecue rub on some chicken drumsticks and then lacquered them up and glazed them with barbecue sauce throughout the cook. So good. Here's a picture of those. Maybe I'll edit a picture in somewhere over here. Who knows? Corn on the cob, cabbage salad. What else do we have? Oh, potato salad just to die for. I did 5 pounds of potatoes, 14 eggs, 3 cups of mayo, big, huge half hotel pan stacked to the brim. Again, throw a picture of that in there, hopefully, and a picture of my plate and the chicken and everything. But it was just so good and really flavorful. And it was prepped on Thursday night, so that potato salad really all the flavors got to know each other in the pan until Friday when we started eating it. We stuffed our faces, and there were like 5 or 6 of us on the first night, and there was still probably 10 pounds of potato salad after. So I love cooking quantity. I love cooking for a big group. I love cooking things that will get eaten more than once, because the next morning, and maybe I'll throw a picture in here, I did a big breakfast cook, Adele chicken apple sausages on the grill. We made a big pan of bacon. My sister made some delicious eggs. We had potato salad with it on the side, toast. There was a plum tree at the house with some of the best plums I've ever had in my whole life. They kind of tasted like maraschino cherries, or like just something so rich. They were so sweet. They were such perfect texture. And the tree itself was in total bloom or whatever. It was fruiting season. Clearly it's like plum season right now, stone fruit season. And this tree had so many plums. We must have picked 35, 40 of them throughout the weekend. And so yeah, very good breakfast. Saturday morning, Friday, we just hung out, cooked, explored the area a little, hung out in the hot tub. Really such a good time. Saturday, again, we had that great breakfast. We all walked to the coffee shop. My mom treated everyone to coffee, which was great. What else? We went to the beach for 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. I forgot what beach. Some little cove right near Corcoran Beach down in Santa Cruz. Windy Cove, non-windy cove. It wasn't super windy, and the rest of the beach was windy, so it was really cool. There was a band of old heads, 4 dudes, no singer, just 2 guitars, bass, and drums, just on the beach playing with a generator. They played for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe while we were there. So there was just live music going, and the guys weren't singing too, which was kind of nice. They were just doing like jam band, just shredding. At one point, some teenagers went over, and one kid like asked to play the drums for a little, so he was holding the beat while the rest of them played. They were passing a joint around with the guitar player, the lead guitar guy. Just a great vibe. Everyone at this beach was drinking, smoking, vaping, hanging out. and everyone was just having a good time. It was really funny looking around. There was everyone from like 16, 17-year-old kids to like 75-year-old old leathery sunburnt old men ripping their instruments, and everyone was just having a great time. It was such a peaceful day. My brother made a point. He's like, everyone on this beach is like getting kind of fucked up and having such a good time, and there was no conflict anywhere. Everyone was so chill and relaxed. There's just an energy in the air, and it was really beautiful. A nice, gorgeous Saturday in Santa Cruz. So very grateful for that. We came back from the beach, and I had to grab a few more ingredients, get some cabbage for dinner because we had ran out the night before. But then it was time for the beloved Hawaiian barbecue. So we'll probably get some pictures over here or over here somewhere while I talk about it. But Hawaiian barbecue is like my favorite thing to cook in the world. We had a big ol' cookout, marinated barbecue chicken thighs, marinated flap steak, both on the grill. So delicious. So much meat, nice and marinated, flavor all the way through the meat. I had marinated that the night before once we wrapped up in the hot tub. We had mac salad. I love making mac salad. This was hands down the best batch that I've ever made. Again, a big hotel pan of that. We ran through like 80-90% of it. We ate a lot of mac salad because it was just freaking delicious. Absolutely firing on Saturday night. Cabbage salad with some tomatoes and green onion. What else? White Calrose rice. Just typical Hawaiian plate lunch with two proteins, which was a lot of fun. My oldest sister, not the one who made the eggs, but my other sister made a chocolate haupia pie to go with it for dessert. We had fruit again throughout the evening. It was just so good. We had leftover potato salad too with that meal, but really the star was the mac salad because obviously that's Hawaiian plate lunch style. But so fun to get to cook quantity. So fun to get, 6 pounds of chicken thighs on the grill and then 4 pounds of flap steak and just be grilling out there, doing my thing. And everyone... The best part of cooking like that and having a big meal, so you all sit at the, the final supper type table, big long table with like 10 or 12 of us total. And everyone's talking. Before I get into that, one other thing. My sister gets these beers. I did have a beer, shoot me, kill me, whatever. It's a passion orange guava and lemon. Not a sour, it's just like a beer, but it's kind of kombucha-y, kind of beer-like. And also tastes like pog juice, and there's probably so much sugar in it, whatever. But my gosh, are they delicious. It's from some brewery in like San Mateo or something, or San Leandro, I don't know, somewhere down there on the South Bay. And my sister got some for me, which is very thoughtful. So I had one of those with dinner as well, which of course passion orange guava goes so well with Hawaiian barbecue, so that was delicious. But anyway, we're at the big table. And everyone's talking, drinking. We've been out at the beach all day, getting after it, whatever. And then once everyone starts eating, the best part and the biggest compliment one can get as the cook is when a nice hush settles across the crowd. And the table is quiet, and everyone, you just hear a little bit of lip smacking. You hear some stuff like that. And everyone's just enjoying the food, and the conversation kind of slows to a halt while everyone has their first few bites, and that's when you know the food is good. So that occurred. I was very fired up on that. I ate a bunch of dessert too, and then we just lounged around, hot tub, dessert, late night bike rides, walking around the neighborhood until everyone went to bed eventually. So pretty much the ideal family vacation Saturday. Couldn't really ask for much more. Great food, great company, great activity, sunshine, godly energy at the beach, godly energy at the rental house, and everyone just enjoying each other's company. So absolutely loved it. Sunday, we got up, again, nice breakfast, Adele's on the grill, made some bacon. Oh, I forgot about this. I had bought cinnamon raisin toast or cinnamon raisin bread at Costco because vacation, who knows if people are going to eat a little sweet treat in the morning. And we hadn't touched it really. My brother had one slice on Saturday as a snack before dinner, between the beach and dinner, but we hadn't touched it otherwise by Sunday. And So I turned it into French toast and grilled it, and it was a bigger hit than I thought. I was kind of making it just to make it so it didn't go to waste, and even if no one ate it, it's like, well, I made it and people didn't like it, but everyone loved it. Slammed it. We ate a bunch of bacon, apple sausages, like I said, no eggs because we were all out, but a nice breakfast. Then we all walked down to a little coffee cart, Cliffside Coffee Cart, right around the bend at Pleasure Point. And we all got coffees, hung out, walked around, and then eventually came back, packed up the house, and checked out by noon. So what a trip. Santa Cruz was awesome. The weather was phenomenal. It said it was going to be like 70 and a little bit cloudy, a little bit sunny. It was like 75 to 80 and very sunny, bluebird day, blue skies all day, both days, or all 2.5 days we were there. So very gorgeous, very fun to go see that area. I hadn't really been down there before, and in that particular part of Santa Cruz, and it was lovely. So that was the trip. That was a long point number 6, but so much fun. Came back Saturday afternoon, just chilled. Bonus content, point 6.5. I came back, I did a big bike ride up Hawk Hill at the Marin Headlands. It was like, 1,500 or 2,000 feet of elevation. And then went down the backside on this very steep hill, and my bike's brakes started making an awful noise. Realized I didn't check my brakes before the ride. I've never replaced them. I've had the bike for 5 years, even though I haven't ridden it for the last 3 years. And I guess I've had it for 6 years, but haven't ridden it in 3 years. And completely burnt through the brake pads. Burnt my finger because I accidentally touched the rotor after braking heavily down this hill and was making all kinds of noise. Haven't looked at the damage yet. I hopefully don't need to replace the rotors, but completely fucked the bike and the brake pads in the moment. Pulled over to the side. Another biker came by and was like, "Hey, you all right, man?" And I was like, "No, dude, I completely burnt through the brake pads. I'm screwed. I'm 12 miles from home, and there's a huge hill no matter what direction I go. I'm at the top of the hill right now. Or not top, but I'm like up a big hill still." And he was like, "Dude, honestly, your best bet is going to be to hike your bike like a half mile up and take the Hawk Hill Road back down to Mill Valley through Sausalito." So I did that. Had to carry my bike up a freaking steep trail for half a mile or something like that. Eventually made it down. It was very sketchy. I'm going to have to go look at the damage tomorrow and probably take my bike to the shop, possibly replace the brake rotors, the discs, the rotors on the disc brakes. Definitely need new brake pads, but ultimately Big Clate came back in one piece and did that on Sunday when we got back from Santa Cruz. So, and then had some garlic bread for dinner, some leftover food from the weekend. Pretty awesome Sunday, even though it was sketchy as all hell. So it was 0.6.5. 0.7, woke up today, and I'm back on the trails after the little bit of hiatus from my ankle injury. I ran in Santa Cruz. I bike rode before and after Santa Cruz, but now today went back on the trails for a trail run. I ran about 10 miles. Let's see Strava stole some mileage from me because Strava kind of sucks like that sometimes when I put my phone away and it stops recording for a little bit. But let's see, the total says 9.83, but it stole about a mile. So I was right around the 10.5, 11 mile mark, 1,900 feet of elevation, hour and 43 minutes. Massive trail run, lots of uphill, lots of downhill, pretty intense. I went nice and early in the day, so I wasn't like dying for heat or anything from heat. But man, it felt good. It felt great to be back on the trails. I just wrote in my notes here that it was absolutely unreal. Had such a good time. And I listened to music for like most of it. I maybe was doing I can't even remember. I was just in the zone, and it felt so good to be out there and get back on the trails. Took it nice and easy. I wasn't going like crazy, and there's nothing too rocky on the trail I chose to do today for that reason. But yeah, it was wonderful. Feels good to be back. So that was great. I came back before I left, actually, and this is point number 8. I made homemade hamburger buns today. Throw some pictures up probably as I talk about this. I've done it in the past, but I haven't made them in about 2 years or so. and I decided today was the day because it was nice and hot, and I knew the buns would proof well because of the heat and rise and get all fluffy and glutinous and everything. So I prepped them before I ran, and then I ran for 2 hours-ish, plus the drive there. Came back, they were proofed and ready to go. Measured them out, sized them up, rolled them into bun shape, and then gave them a second proof, baked them off, and then had two hamburgers after the run as a recovery meal. So today was a very good day, very grateful. Kind of just rambled this last little bit and talked about what I did today, but I guess that's kind of the point of the podcast. And it felt really good to do some baking. I actually came back with a whole loaf of that cinnamon raisin bread, and it's cut up right now on the counter somewhere back here behind me. And I'm leaving it out to get a little bit stale. Then I'm going to toast it kind of like you would with stuffing bread and make a nice bread pudding with that to go drop off to, I don't know who, somebody in my family over the next couple days. I can't eat it because Big Clay's got to get fit and toned and jacked, but I will try it. I'll have a couple bites or something. But it's been, it was fun to make buns today. It inspired me to keep making some, or like to do some more experimenting with baked goods and different breads. Oh, that was the other thing. I had a little bit of leftover dough and then leftover tallow from frying up these tortilla chips. That's another thing I did on Thursday, or maybe even Wednesday night last week. I fried tortilla chips and tallow for like 3.5 hours in my kitchen. Made Doritos, made cinnamon sugar, kind of churro chips, and then just salted plain tortilla chips that are just to die for. It's literally just corn tortillas and tallow, but that's for another time. So I had that tallow left over in the pot, and it had been in my fridge. Today I pulled it out, fried a couple of dough balls. They were kind of between like a hush puppy and a donut hole and a funnel cake almost. They were kind of hard out on the outside. I fried them too long, and they weren't like fluffy and light, quite the same as like a donut, like a yeasted donut hole. But they were still good. Rolled them in cinnamon sugar and ate some of those after the trail run. So been a little bit of a naughty day. I also had some sweets over at my mom's house after dinner an hour and a half ago, but happens. And just getting some calories back in after the big run today. What else? I guess I never really finished the point, but I made buns today, had a couple of hamburgers, probably have a couple hamburgers tomorrow. I've got some collard greens from my sister's community garden that she grew down in Los Gatos, so I'm going to cook those up tomorrow with a little bacon and onion, maybe cream them with some coconut milk. So life is good, doing great culinary exploration, going to do some more baking. My buddy Clint Bob, it's his real name, Clint Bob, sent me his bread recipe, so I'm going to make a loaf this week, just like a rustic kind of white bread. Kind of looks like sourdough, but it's not sourdough. It's just yeasted white bread, but really good, and eat that with some garlic butter. So I'm excited to do that, excited for the culinary ideas that come ahead or that lie ahead, and the culinary exploration I'll be getting into. Still waiting on the County of Marin to finalize and certify my cottage food operation permit, but that should be coming soon in the next week or two. And I think with that, we're going to go ahead and close it out. It's 8:28 p.m. on the beautiful west coast of California, June 29th, 2026. Life is good. Life is great. I love my life. I love my family. I love working out. I love the opportunities I have as a young man. And I'm very grateful to be alive and grateful to be in the position that I'm in. So signing off is Big Clate. And as always, love yourselves, love each other, be great, honor God, and go eat something that you want to eat. Something healthy, something fulfilling, something nutritious, or just something delicious. I don't care. Eat something you want to eat, whether it's a bag of Chester's hot fries, or whether it's a spinach salad, or a hamburger, or a slice of pizza, or anything in between. Eat something you want to eat and enjoy it with somebody you love. And with that, we'll say goodnight. And until next time, signing off. I didn't really have anything else to say. So, see ya.